Hi guys, you've probably forgotten who I am by now, which is really rather saddening, but such is the nature of the internet, moves on fast, and I haven't posted a video in like 2 weeks, so it's about time I make like a tree and leave, right? No. No, that's a terrible pun. Don't do that, Milo. MrRoflWaffles here is what I was going to be saying, and today I'm going to be talking about DLC 5, but not confirming its existence or denying the possibility of it being released, okay? That's the premise. Allow me to explain why, okay? I want to be quite narrow in this video with regards to the negative impact that a Zombies DLC could have on the community and on Call of Duty at large. Now that sounds absurdly negative, and I mean, what right do I have to say that DLC 5 is a bad idea? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this is something that I think is worth at least thinking a little bit about. Treyarch have confirmed more Black Ops 3 content is coming this year. Will it be a 5th DLC? Maybe, maybe not, we don't know. Will it be a 6th, 7th, 8th DLC? Who knows what they're planning right now, but we do know that whatever it is, it's going to be more content. We've already seen Newton's cookbook as the kind of beginning of that process. The cookbook was a fairly simple feature, probably made by a fairly small subset of the Treyarch team. I'm talking like a couple of people. Probably. This is just rough numbers in my head. I don't have any specific insider info here. Needless to say, I think it was a fairly small subset of the Treyarch Zombies team as a whole. However, if they end up releasing a map pack, it's a rather different story, as I'm sure you will agree. Something like Newton's cookbook is essentially a bit of UI work, and then obviously the systems that go into making it actually process your input and know what your gobblegums are doing and all of that side of things. So it's quite, and I mean no offense to the cookbook by saying this, but it's quite superficial. It's an extra layer, a very high level layer, compared to a map pack, which is a complete redesign of a game system, or multiple game systems. It's a whole new level. You've got the entire geo, all of that has to be made. They have to texture it all up. They have to get all the clipping right. They have to get everything safe for players to go into so that they don't end up dying when they're going into the boss fight. They've got to do all sorts of stuff. Story, quotes, sound, dialogue, all of it has to be plugged in there. Easter eggs as well, big one that. It has to be all plugged in and working prior to launch, and obviously that takes an awfully long time compared to something like Newton's cookbook, which will take a much smaller amount of time and require a smaller team. And what I'm getting at here is the fact that if DLC 5 is coming, which, who knows, it might be, that is going to mean that Treyarch are really significantly going to be dedicating resources from this year and resources that they would have had late last year as well, after Revelations came out on Xbox and things had kind of wrapped up. They'll have been dedicating loads of resources to something that is not their next game. Call of Duty is in a position right now where it could die, and that's not hyperbole, and that's not me being facetious, and it's not me being a little bit brusque or anything like that. It legitimately could die if it doesn't turn its kind of trajectory around and reposition itself and pivot, if you will, into a position that will solidify its standing in the scene for the next couple of years. There's been a growing sentiment that it's cool to hate on CoD. There's been a massive drop in sales this year. In fact, they've sold about 50% of what they'd normally sell, as far as I'm aware. Certainly that's what the first week figures looked like. And while their revenue might not be doing too badly, because they've got things like microtransactions, that's Activision as a whole, bringing in something like $3.6 billion last year, just due to microtransactions alone, they still do have a problem. And that problem is that CoD is not as cool as it was back during Modern Warfare 2. Back during CoD 4. Those golden days are not only gone, but they're dwindling in a very specific way, where to actively think it's bad is somehow a good thing. You get some social currency if you don't like CoD. Which is something Activision need to fix, and they'll only fix it by A, stepping up their marketing game, because for Infinite Warfare, it was weak, and I can say that having very many friends in the marketing part of Activision, and in the marketing teams that are associated with Treyarch and Infinity Ward, etc., the work that they did last year was not necessarily effective, and it shows in the sales for Infinite Warfare. This year, and next year, etc., not only does the game need to be brilliant, but the team needs to step it up as well. Anyway, that's a slight tangent. What I'm getting at here is the fact that the game itself, primarily, needs to be good. Sledgehammer's next CoD needs to blow people away, or you'll have 2 out of 3 studios making what people will unabashedly call bad games. People don't like Infinite Warfare. Sure, there are lots of people that do, but there's also a huge number of people that just don't like the game. They're just not playing the game and investing time into the game and into the community. I'm not saying this like I have some crazy bias one way or the other. I'm simply saying this as an objective fact that player numbers are down, sales are down, etc, etc. That's all I'm getting at here. And as such, Sledgehammer need to do a fantastic job. But the real clincher for Call of Duty is, in many ways, going to be Treyarch's next title. Because Treyarch have stayed strong, and they have grown to be what is arguably now the most like Call of Duty developer, and the best-selling one as well. And so, if their next title is bad, then CoD is really going to be in a dire situation, because it then has to live through another year of Infinite Warfare 2, or whatever it may be. And that's going to be really, really tough for the franchise. So, why have I gone on this little sort of rant, I suppose, about why CoD needs to get better? Well, quite simply, Treyarch are not going to make as good a game if they have to dedicate resources and time and money and energy and ideas, etc. to Black Ops 3. And yes, I think that there is absolutely an argument for why they have to donate time to Black Ops 3 now, and energy and money and people and manpower, etc., in order to save the franchise, etc., but that's a separate argument. What I'm getting at here is the fact that I think Black Ops 4 is going to be a turning point for CoD. It's either going to turn its way into the bin, or it's going to turn its way out of this slump and be made great again. Oh god, awful topical reference. Sorry, I apologize. Anyhow, if Treyarch really are making a DLC, there are a couple of ways that they could go. They could make remakes, which would take less work than an entirely new map or set of maps, but at the same time, remakes are not easy. I've talked to multiple people that work at Treyarch, Jason Blundell included, and I can tell you that in remaking a map, and no, I'm not talking about insider knowledge about DLC 5 here, please don't read those sorts of things into what I'm saying, I'm talking about things like The Giant, the Black Ops 1 DLC, etc. In remaking maps, there is a huge amount of work that we never see that goes into that creative process, and it's really time-consuming, and it's really difficult. And it's not just a case of importing the old file and then saving it in a new file type or something, like you might do with an old Microsoft Word document or something. They oftentimes have to rebuild everything. So it's not really a remade map, it's a new map. They just happen to have the floor plan for the damn thing that they might have made in 2009 or something like they did with Doriz. So it's really a hefty endeavor, and I really worry, I really do, that if Treyarch are making a new set of maps or making remakes, it's going to be taking so much time away from what they should be working on, which is their next title. It's just a fact that if they're putting time into Black Ops 3, their next title will be worse. And the next title being worse is a very, very bad look for CoD. Sure, might still be great, but it's sort of diminishing its greatness. And slowly but surely, as time goes by and Treyarch run out of time that they should have to develop their new game, it's just going to be less impactful. They're going to be able to make fewer creative leaps. They're going to be able to be less experimental. Treyarch should be completely revolutionizing Call of Duty in their next title. And I have some videos coming out about that quite soon, with some maybe predictions, or maybe kind of challenges for Jason Blundell as well. Yes, Jason, that's coming. Hi, it's nice to see you. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm challenging you in the next couple of videos. One of them's going to be coming out, and you're going to watch it and be like, ooh, that's a cool idea. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm looking forward to uploading that. It's going to be really fun. But I just wanted to put that out there as a a little bit of a counterbalance to some of the things that I've seen people say about the fact that Call of Duty needs DLC 5 now or it's dead. I'm not so sure. I think that we can probably wait out this current Infinite Warfare. Much as some people like it, a lot of people don't. And I am cautiously optimistic for Sledgehammer's next title. Don't really know why. Just optimistic about it. So that might not be too bad. But then Treyarch's title needs to be good. So anyway, I just wanted to put those thoughts out there. Let me know if there's anything else about DLC 5 or anything at all that you'd like me to discuss. I'm really going to try and make an effort to upload at least once a week. I'm sorry that I haven't managed to for the last 2 weeks or so. It really is difficult. I've just got so much on my plate right now. And I really do apologize. But there's no point me complaining at the end of my video and saying, well, I'm sorry, I should do better, if I don't then do better. So I'm going to go and do some more physics work. I actually got to work on a coding report that I've got to hand in at the end of the week. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. Any support, feedback, comments, etc., any tweets that you send to me are so hugely appreciated. You have no idea how motivating it is and how much it just keeps me going, honestly, to see you guys interacting with me even though I'm outputting less content, and I just thank you all so much for your ongoing support, even if I am being less regular. Really. It means a massive, massive amount. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm MrRoflWaffles. Please leave a thumbs up if you feel so inclined, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.